Today, I'm going to show you the top 3 mistakes that people make when they first retire. The first mistake is they don't understand that it is possible for you to get at least some of your money out of your 401k or IRA without ever paying any tax on it. In fact, most advisors don't even know this, especially your 401k rep who maybe comes and sits in your lunchroom once a quarter. They don't know anything about the tax code. You've got to understand how the tax code applies to you when you are retired. Number 2, the second mistake that people make is that they are too fast to do Roth IRA conversions. A Roth IRA conversion means that you take some of your IRA that you saved for 30 years and you instantly make it taxable by moving some of it into a Roth. You pay that tax up front for the future promise that it won't become taxable in the future. But if what I told you in number 1 is true, that you can get some of your IRA money out every year without paying tax, why would you volunteer to pay a large lump sum in taxes up front? It makes no sense, folks. You can come on Facebook and be invited to seminar after seminar, and this is the main theme they have, is let's pay a lot of tax up front so you don't pay any tax in the future. Well, guess what, folks? That doesn't really help you very much. The big exception to this is if you feel like there is a portion of your IRA that you're never going to need for yourself, no matter what other contingencies might happen to you. It's absolutely going to go to other family members other than your spouse. Then it might make some sense. The third mistake people make is they don't understand about optimizing for Social Security. Folks, Social Security can be like the oil well that drives your payment of your underlying monthly bills. Just like the old story, Jed's out shooting at some deer and he hits the land and out pops oil. Well, Social Security can be your oil well, folks, if you properly take care of it. Did you know that if you start with a $2,000 monthly benefit, by over 10 years, that could grow to $2,500. Over 20 years, it's over $3,000. And in 30 years, it's over $4,000 a month. Same over time. That $2,000 benefit in 10 years, you would have collected close to $250,000. In 20 years, collected over $400,000. And in 30 years, you would have collected over $1 million in total benefit. It truly can be the oil well that drives your base income needs. How do you find out how much you're going to get? Well, you go to ssa.gov. That's ssa.gov. That is the government's Social Security website. You need to know 2 acronyms when you get there. What is your FRA? That is your full retirement age. What is your PIA? That is your primary insurance amount. So your primary insurance amount is the amount that you are offered by Social Security on your 67th birthday if you were born in the 1960s or later, or for every year before 1960 you were born, it's 2 months earlier. FRA is that full retirement age. For most of it is 1960. That means 67. But if you turn on benefits early, your PIA is reduced by about 5% for people whose FRA is 67. That means that if you turn it on at 62, the earliest you can turn it on, you're going to get about 70%. If you defer all the way to 70, you gain 8% above your PIA, which means that you could get 124% of base benefit. Plus, they even add in the COLAs. So for example, here in 2025, the COLA beginning in January was 2.5%. People deferring this year raise their benefit by 10.5%. That's not bad for risk-free money, is it? I find too many people use their gut reaction or their intuition to making this decision. We believe in mixing together the mathematics and analytics and mixing that with those other touchy-feely concerns you may have to find what is perfect for you. Once you do the math, if you still think that you should begin early, then so be it. So what's the right answer? Sorry, I don't know. It is different for everybody, folks. How is your health? Do you have a spouse who's older or younger? Are you the same age? Did he or she also work every year? What's their benefit going to be? And of course, what other savings programs did you take part in all these years to save for retirement? I think of all these things like a big jigsaw puzzle. And for everybody, they will fit together differently to paint the perfect picture. Social Security optimization is one of the most personal choices you're going to make in the last 30 years of your life, folks. And you should talk with someone who understands all of the options and tax implications. The Social Security Administration gets 450,000 calls a day, and their number one goal on those phones is to get you off the line within 3 minutes. They just move you along. If they're going to schedule you for an appointment in your local office, it's usually at least 2 months down the line. We are here to be a resource for you. Come to canonfg.com/ss and you can download our free Social Security guide. Then, if you decide that you want to talk to somebody who understands all of the ins and outs, come to canonfg.com and request a Zoom meeting. You get to talk to me, not to some nameless, faceless person in a phone bank somewhere. And when you do, I am going to offer you a copy of my IRS enrolled agent partner, Bruce Larson's book, A Concise Guide to Taxes in Retirement. It will show you all the ins and outs of taxation in retirement, all the things you might be aware of. Maybe you don't understand every single paragraph because, Bruce is a trained CPA and an IRS enrolled agent, but it at least will tell you what questions do you need to ask to get the perfect retirement picture for yours. By the way, what is an enrolled agent? Well, it's different from a CPA. Yes, Bruce sometimes prepares taxes for people, but an enrolled agent is the person your CPA tells you better hire when you're getting audited and I think you're going to lose. All right, I hope you learned the 3 big mistakes today. Don't lose the tax-free money out of your IRA. Don't volunteer to pay tax up front by moving too much of that IRA money into Roth too early. And number 3, take an analytical approach to how you structure your Social Security, taking into account all of the other parts of your financial picture so that you fit together the perfect jigsaw puzzle that fits you and your family. This is Charles Cannon, Certified Financial Planner. I want you to remember, lifetime income is the most important part of your retirement. Make it a great day out there, everybody. Bye now.